Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on a Friday, an overcast, wet, dreary Friday, and warm, really, really warm, but that's all going to change between Saturday and Sunday. As we spring forward, we spring right back into winter weather. It'll be 29, 30 degrees for a low, only 60, maybe 58, 60, right around there for the high on Sunday. But it only lasts for a couple days, and then by Tuesday, we're back to where we're supposed to be. Galen, from Life South joins us as he does every day on the phone lines with us. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you? And by the way, before we get started, I kind of wanted to give you a compliment.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Here
right
we go.
now, I did a poll amongst your family, and you have a higher approval rating than the president amongst your family.
Now,
I only went to 10. Yeah, from your personal close friends and family. I reached out to 10 people, and 4 of them said that they liked you. Now, I think
that's up.
100,
by the way, that's up by 1.
Yeah, you're 1 point above the president's approval rating right now. And I just wanted to congratulate you.
Well, I appreciate that. 40% of my family likes me, and that's better than what the country thinks of the president. So I'll take that.
Yeah. So and I was like, I don't compliment Tom very often. I don't say very nice things about him for a lot of reasons. But I'm like, you know what? This is a good thing, and I need to.
And it's newsworthy.
Sure everyone knows.
It's newsworthy.
Well, it is. And so, again, Tom, I just want to tell you congratulations on having a better popularity than the president.
Did you have you seen? Thank you for that compliment, by the way. Have you seen Have you seen the stickers? Have you seen the stickers people have been putting on the gas pumps? That's Joe Biden pointing and it says, "I did this."
Yeah.
Well, now I saw one yesterday at a gas pump with Joe Biden saying, "I did this," and right next to him was Nancy Pelosi saying, "I helped." You got to admit there are some really clever people in the world. There really are.
And when those showed up, I'm like, I guess I don't think about it at all. I mean, I wouldn't think about even doing that. But you know what I really hope? I hope it's like the Republican Party of some county, like the Republican Party of Marion County is going out and tagging all of these gas pumps.
Well, the station I saw it at originally, the first time I saw it originally was at a station right near my house that a fine Indian family owns, and they do a great job for our neighborhood community store. And I went in and I go, it's pretty funny that somebody put those stickers on your pump. Do you know about them? I put those stickers on their pump. I'm tired of people blaming me for gas prices, so I put the stickers on. The guy that owns the store put the stickers on there, because he was tired of people coming in and complaining to him about him putting up gas prices.
Yeah.
Now, that's good stuff right there. I don't care who you are. That's good right there.
That's pretty funny. That's really, really funny.
It's not funny?
That's good stuff.
It's not funny.
What's that?
So last night I go to play trivia. And I'm at the place we play trivia. And I go to sit down. And, as you go to sit down at a high-top table or something, sometimes you're bringing your hands up. Maybe your phone catches the edge of the table and you drop it.
Okay.
That's happened, right?
Sure.
So that happened to me last night. And I didn't think nothing of it. I picked my phone up and just set it on the table. About 5 minutes later, I want to use my phone for something. I pick my phone up. The screen is half white and half a picture. I say, well, I'll just cut it off and reboot it. Nope, can't access any of the buttons or anything in the white area to shut anything off. So I'm without a phone. But it gets worse.
No good.
It gets worse. So this morning, I go to the store that I have my phone through, because I leave Trivia. I drive to the store because it's still open. I go there and I go, hey, here's my phone. I need to get. They go, well, we're not going to be able to retrieve anything. You say, I hope you saved everything to the cloud, because everything else we can't retrieve. We can't use any of the buttons.
I got it.
I go, okay, well, I've got my numbers and all Google. I got my number saved in the Google Cloud and everything. And then it hits me. I have not backed my pictures up, in 8 or 9 months. And immediately it registers with me the only pictures that matter. Pictures can be replaced. They're stupid anyway. You take pictures of your dog, and you take pictures of, just dumb things. Pictures can be replaced. Except my wedding pictures are on there. My phone was used as a wedding picture phone. And I haven't backed those up. How do I explain that?
Good, Tom.
How do I explain that to the wife?
That's not good, Tom.
No, it's not good at all, and they're not backed up. And so now they tell me they can't save anything, and I go, okay. Now I'm crestfallen now, because I got to explain to my wife that I've lost the wedding pictures. So they go in the back, they come back out, they go, look, we don't even have a phone in stock to replace the phone you got, to give you an upgrade or anything. It'll take us 2 weeks. We have to order one. Huh?
Why? What is so special about this phone?
Well, the phone I have is 2.5 years old. But
So?
to give me the upgrade, they're out of the S21s and S22s. They're on 2-week back order.
Oh.
Huh?
That's no point.
And this is a corporate store. This isn't one of the authorized dealerships. This is a corporate store. They're out. So I go, well, the screen's a mess anyway. I'll take it to a place that works on Retech, that works on them, and get them to fix it, right? I get to Retech, 7:03. 7:03 p.m. Guess what time Retech closes?
7 o'clock, Tom.
7 p.m.
7
7 on the dot.
That's kind of terrible.
So now I got to go today after the radio show to Retech to get the screen fixed. They're just going to take it and say, we'll get to it. I'm going to be without a phone till Monday. I can already feel it.
Well, I've had my phone fixed at one of those screen places, and it's fast. It takes about an hour. So you just drop it off and then fix it up. Make an appointment. Go online, make an appointment.
Then I go to come to work this morning. I'm going to tell everybody on Facebook, if you need to get in touch with me in the next couple of days, do it through Messenger and everything. It's been so long since I've had to sign into Facebook, because all my computers and my phone are automatically signed in now. I can't remember even remotely what my password is. The internet access, the internet email that I have it hooked up to is an email from 11, 12 years ago when I signed up for Facebook. So I don't remember the password to it, and they can't text message me the access code because my phone doesn't work.
You've got a depth of issues there, and they're all good because now you can't get Facebook, and your day is going to be better because of it.
No, now I have no excuse for my wife. Now she's going to be like, well, you don't need to do work with, the work with your phone and everything that you usually do, and the podcasting and everything. Nope, now you can come over here and scrape the floors at the shop and help me.
Well, again, good job. There you go.
It's not a good Friday. Didn't start off well last night. And by the way, while I was gone from trivia, because I came back to trivia because I didn't have any time, I was only gone 45 minutes. I get back, we lose trivia. We finish second, and as you know, second place is always the first loser. We lose trivia by 20 points. The 3 questions that my team didn't get while I was gone was what temperature does water boil out on Mount Everest? The choices were 270 degrees, 240 degrees, 212 degrees, or 150 degrees.
And so what was what they answer?
They answered 240 degrees.
Why?
Because they didn't know the higher you go, the less temperature you have to boil water. I knew it was 150 right away. So then, that's the only one they give me the multiple choice, right? The next one was, what's the capital of Libya? Tripoli. Then the third one they missed, which, by the way, would have been worth, the three that they missed, if we'd have added them all together, would have been worth 70 points. So we'd have won by 50. The third one was, where was the Mayo Clinic started? Rochester, Minnesota.
Yep.
They were like, you're never allowed to leave again.
Oh, and let's be clear. I mean, you also have a negative impact on the team because you would have probably talked somebody else out of the correct answer.
No, I leave people alone when they do that. I'm serious about my trivia. I leave people like we have designated things. Like one of the guys on our trivia guy, he is the pop culture movie, that guy. Then we got one guy that's a philosophy professor. He actually teaches philosophy at college, and he's the humanities, English literature, that kind of specialist.
I'm with you.
Then we got me. I'm the history and useless sports facts knowledge. And then we have a music guy. So we have four guys, and I think it's well-rounded, the team. And we usually do pretty well, unless I break my phone.
Is that all you guys have in common? Trivia?
No. We hang out without playing trivia.
Okay.
But it was a comedy of errors last night. Started with me breaking my phone, cost my team a first place finish in trivia. Can't communicate with anybody. Right now, the only communication I have with the outside world is talking to you. That's pretty lame.
Well, your approval rating will probably go up now. Maybe if I poll it in another week, it'll go up to 5. And when I ask why, they'll be like, "Well, I haven't talked to him in a week."
Well, there could be an advantage to this. There could be an advantage to this.
And I've said this before. Like, if you didn't hear from the president for like 3 months,
we'd probably be in better shape.
Well, you would. Like, if he said, "Look, I'm just going to stay out of the way. I'm going to let Congress do their job. I'm not gonna have a press conference or any of that for 3 months. And my press secretary probably won't be available.
Peppermint Patty not available.
Would go up.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Your rating would go up.
By the way,
speaking you wouldn't give anybody any ammunition.
Speaking of going up or going down, as I was coming into work this morning, the gas prices at the two Pilot gas stations on 326 at 75.
Yeah.
Back down to $4.17 a gallon from $4.39 a gallon. From $4.39 a gallon.
I filled up this morning and paid $4.51.
Yeah, well, the Pilot's on 326, $4.17.
Well, that part of the world is a little bit behind everyone else. So.
Well, it was $4.39 yesterday. It was $4.39 yesterday.
Okay.
So we got to take a break. We'll be back more with Galen after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Go catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala.
New arrivals and new savings are waiting for you at Blockers Furniture. With over 80,000 square feet of the best selection and best prices you can find on furniture, mattresses, home accents, accessories, and more. And with new trucks arriving weekly, Blockers has the best available in-stock selection. Unlike many other furniture companies that will have you waiting for months to get what you want or need, come see everything that Blockers has to offer. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, next to Hobby Lobby.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, Galen Unall joins us from Life South, as he does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and JustShip.net. Galen, when you look at the news today, it's not good in Gainesville. Everything canceled yesterday at the Gator Nationals because of strong rain and a track that was unusable. Probably going to be the same thing today. It's going to be a very abbreviated Gator Nationals, I bet.
Yeah, it depends on just what the weather looks like, because they can start running, and they can run into the night.
They do have lights. They can run into the night.
Yeah, they can run into the night. So it really just depends on just what the weather does today. How long it stays dry. Is the sun going to come out and kind of dry up that track? Because what people don't understand is that those cars go so fast, and the oil, it doesn't absorb all the way through the way it thinks so, and you got to make it dry beyond the surface. So, we'll see.
And as we know, oil and water doesn't mix, so that
No, and though I'm sure they were running the jet dryers a lot, but yeah.
It's one of those things, though. The revenue, I talked to somebody who was in the stands yesterday hoping to see the race take off, and he said the stands for a Thursday were about 3/4 full until they announced they'd canceled the racing. That's a good sign for the economy. I like that many people on a Thursday are at the Gator Nationals.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of these live events. I think people, because they were told they couldn't go, it made them miss them. And I think now that COVID is over, and it's been over in the state of Florida for a while, and when I mean over, it means our reaction. The virus is still here. I'm not denying that. It just means our reaction to it is over. So, I'm glad to hear it. I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, I haven't heard from Fauci in a month, and that is a good thing.
That's a great thing.
My life is better without Fauci. Fauci and Facebook, the two things that will ruin your life.
You may have a point. Remember, a month ago, Fauci's approval rating was not very good. We hadn't heard from him in a month. You just said something glowing. Hey, it's nice not to hear from Fauci. maybe like you said, Biden goes away for 2 or 3 months. His approval, because Fauci goes away now, you're not near as angry with Fauci.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, I still don't like him. He just hasn't said anything really dumb that infuriated me. I'm sure he will. I'm not giving him enough credit to realize that he should just go away and retire with his millions of dollars from
what makes me
money
laugh?
he's making off of people with AIDS.
What makes me laugh is
Me?
what government? No, you do not. What government entity is the worst in my estimation? And there's a lot of bad government entities, but it's hard to outdo how bad the TSA is. It's really difficult to outdo how bad the TSA is.
No. I disagree with that. They're not even in my top 5 worst government agencies.
They are now, and I'll tell you why. Yesterday, the TSA announced, even though the CDC has said masks are not needed, even though you hadn't heard Fauci in a month talk about masks, even though nobody's talking about masks, everybody's taking masks off, the state of New York and everything, the TSA has decided to extend the mask mandates on all public trains and airplanes until April 18th.
Yeah, I saw that. That's not the worst thing. I don't care. I mean, you know why I don't care? Because I'm not flying between now and April.
Right, but if you were flying before April 18th, you would really care.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And think about the people that take the train. Think about the people that take the train up and down the East Coast between Washington, D.C. and Boston. Yeah,
but those people live in masks. I mean, you know, I talked to a buddy of mine up in Boston the other day, and he's like, oh, yeah, we're still, people, even though they lifted the mandate, inside, everybody's got a mask on. So, it's crazy. I mean, again,
Sam Adams and John Hancock are rolling over in their graves.
And I asked him, I said, this is what and I've known this guy. I said, so are you wearing a mask? He goes, oh, yeah. I'm like, why? He goes, I just don't want to deal with the BS. And I'm like, that's what everybody in that room's feeling like.
That's the only reason. The reason everybody has a mask on in that room is because nobody wants to feel like the jerk that everybody looks at and goes, where's your mask?
Right. Except until you and I walk in.
Yeah.
And we're like, whatever.
Where's your mask? I wipe my. Never mind.
Yeah, right. I threw them all away. I sent it to Fauci.
We're just not good people.
I mean, if you want to rank, the worst agencies, federal agencies, and we're not going to say like the departments of, but the agencies, DOT is way up there.
Well. The Federal Department of Education is the worst because it shouldn't even exist. Shouldn't even exist.
Yes, you are correct. IRS, far worse.
Oh, by the way, we'll get to the IRS after this timeout. We got to take a break. This is Ocala Talks. You're listening to Galen Udall from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, just shipped, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. We'll be right back after this short timeout. On 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
With Lance Pry.
Nuclear talks in Vienna between Iran and the United States were officially paused on Friday with no clear timetable for renewing them. Although a draft agreement is ready, Russia inserted new demands Thursday that sanctions imposed over Ukraine will not limit Moscow's ability to conduct trade with Iran. Ned Price from the State Department.
It's really down to a very small number of outstanding issues. But the reason these particular issues are outstanding is because they are among the most difficult ones.
A $13.6 billion emergency package of military and humanitarian aid for Ukraine and its European allies easily won final congressional approval on Thursday. It was attached on a government-wide spending bill that's 5 months late but loaded with pork on both sides of the aisle. Critics of the money for Ukraine fear it's too late as Russian forces are within miles from the capital of Kyiv. USA Radio News.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
My sign is a potential customer's first impression, so it needs to be perfect.
It's possible at Staples.
There are 4 other bakeries within 5 blocks of here. My shop needs to stand out.
Also possible. With Staples print and marketing services, small businesses can print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Create your sign at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 3/26. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Hey folks, if you're ready for spring, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens is ready for you with a ton of inflation-fighting specials for you this week. Just take a listen to a few of the hottest deals in this week's full-page ad. Mix or match all the spring annuals you can carry. They're just $2.29, or get a gigantic tray of 18 for just $35.99. Now that's less than $2 each. Bob has gorgeous daylilies, many colors. You get 6 for just $35.99. A huge selection of colorful Gerber daisies, the biggest and best in town, just $6.99. And of course, the blooming beauties that made Bob Wines famous, his sun and shade-loving heirloom camellias, starting at a super low $19.99, and larger sizes are available. New longer store hours, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Do not miss this week's inflation-fighting specials at Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, the same blooming place for 70 years.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Coming up at 10 o'clock today, it is Dumb Crook News. Can't wait for that. There's some good stuff today in Dumb Crook News. On the phone with us now, though, is Galen Udall from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and Just Shipped. Galen, we were talking about government agencies and how bad they are, and you said that dirty word, IRS. You know, it's the only government agency that can hold you without charging you. They don't have to have a search warrant to come into your house. There's all kind of things the IRS can do, you know, to you without due process. But one thing that they're telling you now is that they're almost a full year behind, so don't expect your tax returns anytime soon. They're working as diligently as they can. The pandemic still got them way behind with all the stuff they had to, checks they had to process to ship out to people for your stimulus and everything. They're way behind, so do not expect anytime soon your tax returns But the deadline's still April 17th. Get your damn tax returns in.
Yeah, I already got my refund. I mean, I do all mine pretty quick, so I'm already done. Again, that's not a problem I care about. And by the way, my goal at the end of every year is to owe the IRS $0 and for them to owe me $0.
That's a good option. It's a good option.
Yeah,
you owe them nothing; they owe you nothing.
Yeah. And because again, I don't like to owe people money, so and I calculate it every year, and I think it was like $42 or something. Yeah, I'm not going out to buy a car with my refund.
Isn't the national debt? Isn't that what they owe us?
I think it's a little more than that, but yeah.
You know, what is it about the phenomenon that people, they get $4,000 or $5,000 check back from the IRS from where they overpaid their taxes? And the first, you'll see, when tax checks come out, you'll see a run on big screen TVs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know.
And in not every case did they overpay. And in some cases, you know, they take out the minimum, and then they still just don't make enough for it to match. You know, it's still, and that to me is a problem where it's a government subsidy. Now, if we did the flat tax with the prebate, I'd be comfortable with that. I think that to me makes a lot of sense. So.
The flat tax makes the most sense to me of anything I've ever heard.
Well, there's nothing more equitable than everybody paying your percentage.
And everybody gets every dollar they earn that way. Everybody gets every dollar they earn that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you know, you pay your tax based on
at the cash register.
And I also believe it. Yeah, I believe in a consumption tax. I think if you look, those are the taxes that work. Whether you know, it's like the discussion we had with gasoline yesterday, right? That's a tax that works because, you know, I drive a lot, so therefore I'm going to pay more in taxes on it.
Yes.
If you only drive once a month, you're going to pay that.
You get a tax break. You get a tax break.
And I'm okay with like an alcohol and tobacco tax too, right? I have no problem with that.
I have no problem with I have no problem with everything becoming a sales tax. Everything.
Agreed. Absolutely.
And I think it should be.
Maybe more people would go to the Bahamas so they wouldn't have to pay taxes.
And I'm okay with 15% across the board. By the way.
If we got rid of the income tax.
Oh yeah, you got to get rid of the income tax. You got to give them my whole check, and then I'll go out and $100 pair of jeans. Just put it. And by the way, don't make me pay tax at the register. When I pick up a pair of jeans, have the tax already figured into it. $115 for these jeans.
Excuse me. I don't think there's something to that. I don't think they can.
Well, they could if they changed the law.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
You know that 15% of it. No, it wouldn't. 15% of the gross goes to taxes. It's that easy.
Yeah, but then you've got the county and the city and the penny.
No, let them worry about that. Let them worry about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I'm a retailer, all right, hear me out. If I'm a retailer and you can go 3 blocks away and buy the same thing and it's cheaper on the tag because of the lack of taxes, then that hurts me as a retailer.
No, you're missing my point. You're missing my point. You're not allowed to not have the taxes on the tag. The taxes by legislation are included on everything you buy, no matter where it is. Everything you buy.
But so, for example, the city of Alachua County has higher taxes.
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't be able to.
Oh yes.
Everybody's 15%. Everybody's 15%. The federal government gets like 6%, and the county and the city divide the other 9% up amongst themselves.
Well, so now you're saying it's a flat tax, and it can't be more than that. So, like our fire department that was deemed illegal, right? And they added that tax. They couldn't do that.
Sure, they could. Well, right now we're giving them. Right now we're giving for fire safety and everything. We're giving an extra penny because we voted on it.
But so therefore everything in Marion County costs a penny more.
Yes. I get that.
So that's why it's not listed on the tag, because it would be people would just shop around who's got the lowest tax rates. That's why it's not on the tag.
And if you want to drive from Gainesville or Waldo or Hampton or Stark all the way to Marion County because you could get a cheaper tax rate, but you couldn't because everything across the board is the same no matter what county it is.
Okay, but you just okay. Never mind.
No county gets to charge 16% while everybody else is charging 15%.
No, okay, well then how are we paying for that penny tax for the fire and rescue?
You don't have to pay that penny tax because you already got it. You get it in the sales tax. It's already there.
So it's not though. So there could not be at the county or a municipality. You could not increase the tax. Like if you wanted to pay for the hospital, right? You remember that?
Yes.
You couldn't do that. You couldn't have any of those special projects.
Yeah, you could. It's called budgeting better.
No. Come on now. Now, name a politician or administrator.
You'd have to. You'd have to out of necessity.
No, you would just not. They wouldn't even bring those things up. So, and I'll give you a perfect example. So, in the state of Alabama, every tax from that state's taxes goes to education by law. By law. Every penny.
And they're doing such a good job with it.
For schools. Well, and so in order for that to be removed, or for you to take $1 away from education, you have to go and pass a bill for that. And that's how they wrote it. So what you're saying is, okay, look, we know we have a cap of 15%, right? Let's just throw that number out there. So out of that 15%, Marion County gets 5%.
Yes.
So Marion County.
You know how much Marion County gets right now? You know how much Marion County gets right now? One penny. No, they get my property tax. And you're saying that goes away. No, property tax doesn't go away. I'm talking the only tax that goes away, income tax. And it's replaced by sales tax.
All right. Okay. All right. We don't have an income tax in the state of Florida.
We have a federal income tax. That goes away. If you don't have an income tax, you know, they're making more money, the state is.
So that means the state of Florida would be the income tax. That means no state in the union could charge a state tax.
100%.
All right, well, that's not even constitutional. Good luck. Good luck. I don't think you've really thought this through.
Yes, I have.
Luck,
it's a one tax. Just stop being an idiot. Stop it. Just stop.
I will tell you what, the traffic is horrendous today. Wow.
That's why your brain's not working. You're having to deal with traffic. That's why your brains are broke.
No, but
that's what's wrong with your brain. It's broke.
Right now, in the state of Florida, we have one of the lowest tax rates in the country because we don't have a state tax.
Yes.
So you want the city of like New York, right, which has a much bigger, and I'm not saying I'm against this. I'm just saying there's no way in heck it's ever going to happen.
Well, we know it's not going to happen because people don't want to streamline and tighten the belt. Nobody wants to do that as a politician. You know it's never going to happen, but it's the right thing. It's the best way to do taxes, but it's never going to happen because the system in place now allows for too much pork. So it's never going to happen. I know that.
Because the people who are responsible for the pork don't mind spending your money.
They certainly do not.
Like I tell my kids, you know, when they give a really big fat tip to somebody off my dime, I'm like, wow. They're like, yeah, well, they did a good job. I'm like, well, I'm glad they helped me out. I'm glad you like spending my money.
Well, there you go. Speaking of spending money, we need to make some money by taking a break. We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Are you a veteran living in Florida? Do you want to earn while you learn? Call 954-434-8220 or visit our website at nsied.org now. Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants training in farming, ranching, and allied services? Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants help with job placement? Call 954-434-8220. North-South Institute Veteran Training Program is a mix of online and hands-on in-person training designed for you to earn while you learn. Once you register for the program, you'll get a stipend of approximately $300 per month for 3 months. And you can get an additional stipend to offset your travel expenses. You can also get another $75 for referring a veteran who completes the program. If you are a veteran living in Florida, call the North-South Institute Veteran Training Program now, 954-434-8220, or visit our website at nsied.org now.
The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon.
Do you know it's time to grow? And the place to get your grow on is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Now listen up for a sample of this week's absolute best inflation-fighting deals at Bob Wine's. First up, of course, Bob's famous dwarf, ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas. 2 years ago, they sold for $3.99. Last year, they sold for $3.99. And this year, they're still super low-priced at $3.99. Bob just got some truly gorgeous periwinkle, just $5.99. And check out the fabulous gardenias, get 2 for $12. Their most popular quality red mulch, 3 bags, $12. And get a huge bag of Bob's famous pine straw, just $5.99. It won't blow away, it won't float away. Check out all the specials at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, then get ready to get your grow on. Bob's on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, and the same blooming location since 1952.
On Saturday, March 19th, the University Air Center will host the Gator Fly-In and Armed Services Appreciation Day. All branches of the military are invited, alongside civilian and law enforcement pilots, to display their aircraft. Vote for the best civilian aircraft and People's Choice Aircraft Contest. Admission and parking are free. There will be helicopter and airplane rides, food trucks, and live music for all to enjoy. Again, that's March 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the University Air Center, where you can fly easy from Gainesville nonstop to Atlanta on Delta Airlines, Charlotte, Dallas, and Miami on American Airlines. Enjoy the fly-in, and remember, you can easily fly in and out to 343 destinations around the world in one stop on American and Delta Airlines. Enjoy the Gator Fly-In, and remember to fly easy, fly Gainesville.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk as we wrap up hour number 1 on a Friday with Galen Unoff from Life South. Brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Just Ship. Galen, a tournament that you and I both love, that you and I both consider much more important than the PGA Championship, got underway yesterday in Jacksonville, in between the raindrops and the storms. Tommy Fleetwood and Tom Hogue, they're your leaders at 6 under. They both fired a 66 yesterday. Before we get into anybody else, can Tommy Fleetwood really, to me, tell me if you like this analogy. You probably won't because you don't like any of my analogies, but I think Tommy Fleetwood is that rabbit that they put in the Kentucky Derby to get everybody out there chasing and then he feigns away in the second half of the race. Is that a pretty good analogy?
Well, so you're saying like if you're running a long race, he's the pace setter.
He's the pace setter, exactly. Yeah.
He has no sprint finish. Yeah. So far in his career, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. And again, the TPC's leaderboard is always so good, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is a good leaderboard right now.
And it's a very, very hard tournament to win all the way through, right? It's hard to lead after round one and then win that tournament. It just is because I think you sleep on the fact that it's one of the largest paychecks. It's a 10-year exemption.
Wait, what'd you say? It's what now is a paycheck?
It's one of the largest.
No. It is the largest paycheck.
Yeah, but there's a caveat to that, but I can't remember what it is. But
well, it's now 2.1.
Largest on the yeah, maybe it's the largest purse on the PGA.
It is. It's the largest purse on the PGA Tour.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what. Yeah. So again, and people say it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. I mean and winning the TPC. Again, if you said, "Can I win the TPC or can I win the PGA?" You'd say the PGA because it's considered a major. But it'd be right there, man, because of what the value it brings. Look at Lyle. What's his name? Sandy Lyle, who won it and just used that for the rest of his life to play golf on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but wouldn't you?
I mean, there's a lot of that. Yeah, of course. And you look at the people who won it, whether it's Fred Couples in '96 or Tiger has won it, Jack has won it.
Rory's won it. Yeah.
Rory, yeah, everybody who's anybody has won that tournament. Lee Trevino, I mean, going back, Arnie. You go back and you look at the who's who, and that's who wins that tournament. And I think that matters, right? Koepka, Dustin Johnson. Again, all those things matter.
I'm looking at everybody talks about the 17th. It is the hole that everybody knows, the island hole. And there may be three holes equal, but there may not be three finishing holes better than 16, 17, and 18. Because 16, as you're going over water, you still got a chance to go for it in 2. Then you got the island green that you have to deal with what's going on there, 135, 140 yards, but it's always treacherous. And then 18, a par 4, that tee shot is just because you either hang it out over the water and you hit the fade, or you bring the draw into play, and if you do that, you don't hit the draw, you're way up in the pine trees. So those three finishing holes always get a lot of talk. But, you know the course as well as I do. We know the course like the back of our hand. My favorite hole that never gets talked about is the par 3, number 3. I think that hole is a fantastic golf hole and really, really difficult.
It's a good place to watch.
It's a great place to watch.
It is and by the way, going back to those three finishing holes, that has become the standard in golf now.
Yeah, and
remember when they did it, they were like, "Whoa, what is this?" That wasn't a common thing to have a par 5, par 3, par 4. They usually like to finish it with a par 4, and have two really difficult par 4s. But there, you could have, and I've seen it where it's a three-shot swing.
Oh yeah,
in those three holes, and the championship is decided. But you said the tee shot of 18, which you were right, because that you can absolutely blow it. But let's just, if you have to make a birdie on 18,
on Sunday,
your second shot is so difficult because they have all these mounds, and at that point you're playing pretty well. The wind is a factor because it kind of swirls there. I'm a huge fan of those three finishing holes.
Oh.
And I will tell you, and I've been on Sunday at TPC several times. I always like to watch it on TV. So it's just you can't really, especially if there's 2 or 3 groups.
Yeah.
You can't follow
No.
it all.
And the
You
thing
see
is,
it as well as you can on TV.
the thing is, somebody asked me, because I've been to the Masters numerous times, living in that area. I knew people that we could get onto the Masters.
Rubbing it in.
I've been to
Rubbing it
I've
in.
been to the Players Championship numerous times because I grew up in Jacksonville, and you're entirely correct. When people tell me, "Hey, I got badges," like especially for the Masters, they go, "I got badges. What should I do?" I go to the par 3 on Wednesday, go Thursday and Friday to the Masters, and then sell those badges for outrageous amounts of money on Saturday and Sunday and watch it on TV. And I say the same thing about the Players. Go to the Players during practice rounds or Thursday, Friday. Do not, what Saturday and Sunday goes, the best place to watch the Players Championship is either in the media center that has a 100-foot screen.
It's not bad.
Or in a sports bar or your house. That's where you watch the Players.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The media center is pretty good though.
When I worked for the PGA Tour Radio, I'd have to follow a group, and I was never talented enough to follow the final group. I was just some featured pair somewhere, or maybe a hole.
You were following Tommy Fleetwood in round 3. You were following Tommy Fleetwood in round 3.
That's right. And whenever they come to me, I'm like, the leader after round 1 and round 2, Tommy Fleetwood, kind of fell off yesterday. Trying to make a charge here on the back 9 as he hits his 4-iron.
By the way,
and that's it.
By the way, I get the stat book and everything. They still send it to me to beat the tour. Still gives it to me and everything.
Guide?
Yeah, the media guide.
Media guide.
Do you know the hole that if you play in the last 10 years, the person who has played this hole the best has finished 3rd or better in this tournament every year. And the hole is one that nobody knows about, but you and I will know. You'll know immediately when I tell you. It's the par 3 13th.
Well, you know what? Here I did know that, and here's why. Because a buddy I work with, he volunteers at TPC, and he's been doing it now for 9 years, and he sits at 13. And every year it's like, man, you got to watch 13. And you don't ever hear about it. It's not a, when you're looking at it on the tee box, it's not a shot that intimidates you. But you're right. You can get a 5 there.
Quick.
And it's a fun hole.
It is
he
a
said
fun.
That's why he chose it, because he's like that. If you're playing well, not a tough hole. If there's any weakness in your game,
it'll eat you alive.
And again, it's in that corner section of the course where the wind, you're never sure what it's doing. Never.
Well,
and that's what makes TPC tough.
I'm sure about this. We're gonna tell people where they can go give blood. Where can they do that this weekend?
I love that. Yeah, we're all over the place, so please come out and see us. And at first, check us out at lifesouth.org. We are in emergency need right now of all blood types. But believe it or not, we're going to be at the Ocala Civic Theater this weekend. Today we're going to be at the Winn-Dixie out in Bellevue. And then we're going to be at Immaculate Heart Church. So please, just come by and see us. Give a gift of life, donate blood.
Galen,
need all types.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The White House is warning a new Russian propaganda campaign claims the United States was building outlawed weapons in Ukraine. Without offering any proof, Russia has convened the United Nations Friday morning to discuss their findings with the world body. U.S. officials discount the claim, saying that this is a pretext for Putin to use biological or chemical weapons in his invasion of Ukraine. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby.
The Russian accusations are absurd. They're laughable. And, in the words of my Irish Catholic grandfather, a bunch of malarkey.
The United States, together with the Group of 7 nations and the European Union, will announce Friday Russia's most favored nation status will be revoked over its invasion of Ukraine. The announcement is expected at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. The White House said Biden will also announce actions to continue to hold Russia accountable for its unprovoked and unjustified war on Ukraine. USA Radio News.
Have you or someone you know used heartburn medications Zantac or ranitidine and been diagnosed with cancer? Zantac and ranitidine have been positively linked to cancer. According to the FDA, Zantac and ranitidine contain NDMA, a known cancer-causing agent. NDMA has been positively linked to cancers of the bladder, pancreas, esophagus, liver, and stomach. Even in single doses and in smaller doses over time, NDMA is one of the strongest proven cancer-causing agents. Call 888-960-1233 or go to ZantacMoney.com. You may be entitled to substantial compensation without going to court if you or a loved one have taken these products in the past 10 years and been diagnosed with cancer. Call now to see if you qualify for free. Call 888-960-1233 or visit ZantacMoney.com to get what may be owed to you. You may be entitled to a cash reward. Find out now at ZantacMoney.com or call 888-960-1233 to see if you qualify for free.
Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut farmers are gearing up and trying to understand the peanut market as they prepare to plant a new crop in April. Officials said yesterday the peanut crop is trading very lightly as buyers are